everyone, and welcome back to English Made Simple, the place where learning English feels easy, friendly, and real. I'm Amy, and I hope you're having a really good day.
Hey everyone, I'm Alex. It's great to be here with you again. Maybe you're listening on the bus, at home, or at work. Wherever you are, thanks for hanging out with us.
Today, we're talking about a big topic, but we'll keep it simple and relaxed. We're going to talk about jobs, how to talk about your job in English, how to describe your day, and how you feel about your work.
Yeah, jobs come up in conversations all the time. When you meet someone new, one of the first questions is usually, "So, what do you do?" If you can answer that in English, you already sound more confident.
And don't worry, we're not going to turn this into a boring lesson. We're just going to talk, like two friends talking about work, and we'll give you simple sentences you can steal and use in your own life.
Yes, please steal our sentences. That's why we're here.
All right, let's start with the most basic question. Alex, what do you do?
I'm an English tutor. I help people one-to-one, sometimes online, sometimes in person. So I usually say I'm an English tutor, or I teach English to adults.
I like that. It's simple and clear. For me, I say I'm an English teacher and a podcast host. If I want to be extra clear, I say I teach English and I host an English podcast.
So if someone asks you, what do you do? You can answer with, I'm a nurse. I'm a driver. I'm a shop assistant. I'm a designer.
Or you can say, I work as. For example, I work as a nurse. Or I work as a mechanic. It sounds very natural.
And there's another easy one. I work in plus the place or the field. For example, I work in an office. I work in a hospital. I work in a supermarket. I work in IT.
Right. I could say I work in a school or I work in education. You don't need long sentences. Short is good. Short is clear.
So just remember, when someone asks, what do you do? You can choose, I'm a, I work as a, I work in.
Okay, let's talk about our jobs a bit more like normal people, not just teachers. Alex, ask me about my job like you would ask a friend.
All right. So, Amy, what's your job like?
My job is busy, but interesting. I teach English, so I prepare lessons, I teach classes, and I talk a lot. I also work on this podcast. I plan episodes, write ideas, and record with you.
Yeah, we talk a lot.
We do. I use a computer every day. I check my emails, I look at my students' homework, I make slides, and I write notes. So I can say I use a computer for my job.
That's a really useful sentence for many people. A lot of jobs use computers now. You can say, I use a computer at work, or I use a computer all day.
Sometimes I also have meetings with other teachers, with parents, or with my boss. So I can say I have a meeting at work, or I have a meeting this afternoon.
Do you like your job?
Most days, yes. I like my job because I help people. I like when students feel more confident. But sometimes my job is stressful. I have a lot of papers to check, a lot of emails, a lot of small tasks. So I can say my job is busy or my job is stressful sometimes, but it's interesting.
That's a really natural way to talk about it. Not, I love my job every second, but my job is busy and sometimes stressful, but it's interesting.
Okay, your turn. What about you, Alex? What's your work like?
So, as I said, I'm an English tutor. I work mostly with adults, one-to-one. I help them practice speaking and feel more relaxed with English. I don't work in a school. I work online and in cafes.
I like that. My office is a cafe.
Yeah, my office is anywhere with Wi-Fi. I often say I work from home. or I work online. That's very common now.
So, what do you actually do in a normal day?
Good question. On a normal day, I check my emails in the morning. I answer messages from students. Then I prepare lessons, and later I teach. So I can say, I start work at 9, or I have class at 10.
Right. And that sentence, I have class at 10, is really useful if you're a student or a teacher.
Exactly. In my job, I also help people set goals. We talk about their job, their life, why they need English. So I can say, I help students, or I help people with their English.
Does your job feel calm or busy?
My job is interesting and sometimes busy. Some days I have many lessons, one after another. Other days I have more time to plan or to rest. So I might say, my job is flexible, but it can be busy. Or my job is interesting because I meet many different people.
I like that.
Okay, let's bring in other jobs for the people listening. Not everyone is a teacher.
No, and that's good.
Let's say you work in an office. You can say, I work in an office. I use a computer every day. I have meetings in the morning. I send emails and write reports.
If you work in a shop, you might say, I work in a clothing store. I help customers. I answer questions and take payments. I stand a lot, so my feet are tired at the end of the day.
Yeah, that last part is important.
If you work in customer service, you might say, I help customers on the phone. I answer emails from customers. My job is stressful sometimes, but I like helping people.
If you work in a restaurant, you can say, I work in a restaurant. I take orders. I bring food to the tables. I talk to customers all day.
Notice how we use the same easy pattern. I work in, I help, I take, I bring, I use.
You don't need very advanced vocabulary to talk about your job, just a few clear verbs. Work, help, use, have, make, take.
Let's chat about a typical day at work. Not like a teacher, just like a friend asking, so, how's your day?
Okay, ask me like a friend.
All right. So, Alex, how was work today?
Today was pretty good. My morning was busy. I had 2 lessons back to back. Then I had a short break, so I made tea and checked my emails. My afternoon was more quiet. I had 1 lesson and then time to plan tomorrow.
That sounds nice. Not too crazy.
Yeah, I like days like this. I can say, my morning is busy, but my afternoon is quiet. It's a nice balance.
I like that sentence a lot. My morning is busy, my afternoon is quiet. Super simple, but it tells a story. What about you? How was your day?
My day was very full. I had class at 8:30, then another class at 10. After that, I had a meeting with other teachers. We talked about a project for next month. So I can say, I have a lot to do today.
You say that a lot. I do. I say, I have a lot to do today, or today is very busy.
These are good phrases for work. I start work at 9. I finish at 5. I have a meeting at 3. I have a lot to do today. My day is very busy.
And you don't have to use long sentences. Short and clear is perfect.
Let's talk about something important. How you feel about your job.
Yes, it's okay if your answer is not always, I love it.
Exactly. You can use simple adjectives to describe your job. My job is interesting. My job is stressful. My job is tiring. My job is fun. My job is important.
For example, I might say, my job is busy, but it's interesting. Or, my job can be stressful, but I like my students.
I sometimes say my job is flexible because my schedule changes. I also say my job is meaningful when I see a student improve.
You can also talk about what you like and what you don't like. I like my coworkers. I like my team. I like helping customers. I don't like long meetings. I don't like when it's very loud.
Yeah, I really don't like long meetings.
Same.
Another easy way to talk about your job is to say where and how you work.
For example, you can say, I work from home. I work in an office downtown. I work in a small shop near my house. I work in a factory.
Or how your schedule works. I work full-time. I work part-time. I work nights. I work weekends.
You could say, I work full-time in an office, or I work part-time in a cafe. Very simple.
And if your job is more modern, you can say, I work remotely or I work online.
Which is you.
Yeah. I often say I work online. I teach English on video calls.
Okay, let's imagine we're at a party. You don't know anyone, but you're trying to start a conversation.
This sounds scary already.
You see someone with a drink, you smile, and you say, Hi, I'm Amy. They say their name. Then you ask, So, what do you do?
The classic question.
They say, I work in an office, or I'm a nurse, or I'm a driver. What can you say next?
You can say, oh, nice, and then ask a simple follow-up question. Do you like your job? Is your job busy? What is your day like?
Yes. For example, do you like your job? And maybe they say, It's okay. My job is stressful, but the people are nice.
Then you can say something from your side. My job is busy too, or my job is quiet, not many people.
You don't need big, perfect sentences to have a real conversation. Just one question and one comment is enough.
I like to ask, what's your favorite part of your job? That's a very friendly question. People usually like to answer it.
Yeah, and they might say, I like helping customers, or I like working in a team.
And if you really don't know what to say, you can always say, wow, that sounds interesting, even if you don't fully understand everything.
True.
Let's talk quickly about when you don't have a job at the moment. Many people are in that situation.
Yes. And it can feel uncomfortable to talk about it, but you can use simple and polite sentences. For example, I'm looking for a job. I'm between jobs right now. I'm studying and looking for work.
If you're at home taking care of family, you can say, I take care of my children, or I take care of my family. That is real work.
You can also say, I'm looking for a job in an office, or I want to work in a restaurant, to show your goal.
Yeah, that sounds positive.
Let's talk a bit about the future. We all have dreams about work, big or small.
For example, I might say, in the future, I want to have my own school, or I want to create a course for busy workers.
I love that. For me, I might say, in the future, I want to travel more for work, or I want to make more podcasts and help more people.
You, listening right now, can use simple sentences like, I want to find a better job. I want a job with less stress. I want a job with better pay. I want a job closer to my home.
You can also say, my dream job is. For example, my dream job is to be a designer, or my dream job is to be a nurse in another country.
It doesn't have to be perfect English. Just say it. Saying it out loud is a good first step.
Okay, let's put everything together into some simple introductions you can copy.
I'll do one first. Hi, I'm Alex. I'm an English tutor. I work from home and online. I help adults feel more confident with English. My job is interesting and sometimes busy, but I like it because I meet many different people.
Nice. Here's one for me. Hi, I'm Amy. I'm an English teacher and podcast host. I work in a school, and I also work on English Made Simple. I use a computer every day, I check my emails, and I have meetings with other teachers. My job is busy and sometimes stressful, but it's very meaningful for me.
We can do one more. Imagining a different job. Hi, I'm Sarah. I work in an office in the city. I use a computer all day. I check emails, I have meetings, and I help customers with their problems. My job is stressful sometimes, but my team is very friendly.
And another one. Hi, I'm Leo. I work in a supermarket. I help customers, I put products on the shelves, and I work at the cash register. I stand a lot, so I'm tired at the end of the day, but I like talking to people.
All of these are just short, clear sentences. You can mix them, change them, make your own version.
So today we didn't just teach about jobs. We really talked about work. Our work, other people's work, and maybe your work too. We used easy sentences like, I work in an office. I have meetings. I help customers. I use a computer. My job is stressful, busy, interesting.
If you only remember those, that's already great. You can do so much with just those sentences. And remember, you don't need perfect grammar to connect with people. You just need simple, honest sentences about your life.
Before we finish, here's a small challenge for you. After this episode, try to say your job in 3 or 4 short sentences. Say it out loud. Something like, I'm a blank. I work in blank. I use blank. My job is blank.
You can even write it in the comments under your video if you want. But even if you just say it to yourself, that's already practice.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today.
Yeah, thanks for listening. We really appreciate you.
Keep practicing, be kind to yourself, and remember, your job is important and your story matters in any language.
Yeah. We'll see you in the next episode of English Made Simple.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.